Should have thought about how I would like open it, because I didn't figure I'd ever open it.
What's going on, guys?
I don't think I'll ever start with that.
Just pretend there's some music playing, like hype rock, and you're just like you're just getting into that.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Dude, I'll put on the reverb effects when we're done. Like, you'll be singing, you'll be like, I sound really good.
Definitely not.
Okay.
I can't hit the right pitch, you know.
That's not it.
Try it one more time. Do it again.
All right. I'll kick us off if you want me to.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Good morning, America. This is your president, Caleb Graham. Not really. Okay. No, welcome back. We're starting over a new podcast here on the KGP network. You guys have heard of it. Goodbye, Britt. Way to really wait till we started.
Bye. I wanted to make a special appearance.
All right. Well, that's Britt. She's going to be here more, but she has to go teach the youth how to dribble. So we're going to let her go.
Glad you got to see me, Britt.
Yes, I'm so glad I got to see you guys.
Oh, I appreciate you.
I will see you tomorrow.
Sounds peachy.
Bye, guys.
Good night. Well, so we're going to reboot our podcast, the OTR podcast called Off the Rails. You've probably heard of it if you're watching, because that means you've been following it. If you haven't heard of it and you're new here, welcome. We're going to try it a little different this time. So we've got guests, obviously the same kind of concept. They're coming in. It's going to be less businessy. It's going to be just more like dumb and fun. We're going to do whatever we kind of want to. That's the whole idea, Off the Rails. And that was the original idea anyway. So we're going to do that. But with that, we do have a co-host now that is going to make things a little easier. That's why we're able to, again, do a podcast right now, because we don't have a guest today. So we're just practicing. We're getting stuff introduced to you. And we're going to let him introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Trevor. Should I say last name?
I don't know. Do you want him to know your last name?
Jose. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I'm Trevor Jose, for anybody wondering. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to help Caleb do this podcast, just to keep things fun and light. Definitely not going to be talking about like super deep conversations, I feel, especially with me running around. But
maybe. We'll see. But right now we're not obviously in our primary seats. I'm in the guest seat. Trevor's in my seat.
I'm in the main one.
And
big dog in town right now.
And then Trevor's seat is to the left, but we can't do that right now because there's no one in studio with us. So we just want to get on here, kind of put something out there, talk to you guys a little bit, maybe talk about some dumb stuff. We'll see. But yeah, Trevor has been my personal trainer for about 2 months now, going on 3. But, I've known him for a while, but we didn't really talk too much in high school, a little bit here and there. But, we got to know each other a little bit and figured I'd have him on the podcast for the co-host position. It's actually an internship, so it's not paid. I guess I am technically an unpaid intern too. So, yeah, welcome to the Unpaid Intern Podcast. Technically, this is going to be episode 20. So we're going to just restart right there with that. But let's dive into some of the action. I think that Hillary Clinton. No, I'm just kidding.
We're not going to do it.
We're not going to go there. But yeah. What do you got going on? Tell them a little bit about yourself. What do? You personal train? Where you work? All that stuff.
I work over at Tractor Supply still, part of the time. I do personal training over at Anytime Fitness too. I also train you. I do coach still technically for Meadowbrook Track and Field, mostly with the middle school. I've done that for the last 2 years now. Last year was the actual first season we got to do, mainly because of COVID, But,
right.
Been personal training for just about a year now. I think January it'll be a year.
Yeah, and what has that been? Everything you wanted it to be, like as far as clients, or obviously you still got what, like 1 semester left of college? Is that?
Yeah. I still have I think it's 15 credits I have to fill.
Okay.
I've picked out 13 of them so far of like what I actually needed left, and now I just have to find a BS,
Bachelor's of Science.
Well, no, I just meant like bullshit.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, so has it been like, is it fun? I mean, obviously you got to say yes because it's your business. But for me, like some of the stuff I do here is fun. Some of it's like, But do you find certain things you enjoy more than others? Like with different, like I don't even know the aspects of it, but.
So like the programming bit, and then like actual like one-on-one coaching, like being with the people. That part I love a lot. The part I really hate is like the scheduling part.
Yeah.
And the billing. Billing is just annoying. Anytime you got to mess with somebody's money, they're
right.
They're going to find a way to be irritated or not like how it's going to go. That's with anything; it doesn't matter. But the scheduling I found has been like a super big thing that irritates me because I don't know like what kind of person you are. I know I'm a early person. I like to be early because you have all day to be like right there, ready and waiting.
Right.
And you only have 1 minute to be on time. And then the rest of the time you're late.
Yeah.
So when people are late or then they cancel late, like I usually try to tell everybody like at least let me know like an hour before, because it takes me about a half hour just to get there from my house. So if they can tell me about an hour before, I'm usually cool with it. But it's like the ones that text me like 10 minutes before or like 20 minutes after we were supposed to start.
Hey, I get that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't find myself being a morning person as much as I want to be, but I think it's because I go out a lot. I got to entertain the people. Got to keep them interested in this. They're probably like, oh, wonder what Caleb's doing. Oh, he's making a podcast. Cool. But that's just me being stupid. I'm sure that doesn't matter at all to them. But just some house cleaning stuff. Yeah. So again, we're going to be kicking this off again. Our goal is, weekly podcast. The idea is to put it out on Thursday nights around 7 p.m., give or take. But eventually we'd like to go live with it so you guys can ask us questions as well, interact with us, give us comments. And, to make it a little more fun, I think, too, just having that interaction with the people. But we're going to get a little wacky. That's because if you're following any of our pages or my pages, you're going to see a lot of content coming out in the next few weeks. And it's going to be a lot of the same studio stuff, but it's with a lot of different people. So definitely stay tuned. You're going to find something you enjoy watching on this channel. I think this is going to hit our friend group a little bit heavier than it is, the older audience that comes and follows for the weddings or comes and follows for the sports, the parents, the kids still a little bit watch on Facebook, but for the most part, it's your parents, it's your grandparents that are watching on Facebook. But we're trying to get we want to be for the people. We want anyone to be able to listen to this, get to know us a little bit. And we're going to hopefully continue this out for years to come. Oh, someone's just really excited over there. I think it was Amelia.
Yeah, it sounded like Amelia to me.
Yeah, but that's the idea. So we're gonna, we're gonna have guests on. We're gonna have all kinds of different people. The first 20 or so episodes, there's a lot of business owners. We're still gonna have business owners come on, but we want to get to talk to them from just a fun perspective, variety perspective. And we're going to bring on, guys that are really into sports, because I'm personally not. I don't watch a lot of sports, and I know a lot of people that follow us like sports because we film a lot of it. Yeah. So, we're going to have some of those guys on, or girls. We don't discriminate. And we're going to have, what kind of people you want to have on?
Dude, I just want to have like, I don't know, people I want to talk to.
Right.
Which, I mean, I like just about everybody that I run into nowadays, but yeah, I don't want to be so professional about everything. I want it to just be like regular conversation. Like I just ran into him, at the gym, or I ran into him at the bar or something like that, of just BSing around.
Well, and yeah, like running into him at the bar, like I've been practicing that a lot, so I should be helpful as far as talking to guests in that, that kind of setting. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's going to be definitely, this is going to be a way more laid back podcast. Maybe this is something I think I would listen to like as I'm going to bed, like just have the voices on, be like, oh yeah, like, because that's what I do that with like Rogan and all those guys. And I think it'd be cool to have something around here where you can get like just listen to people that or at least start that way and then maybe grow it into something bigger. But you can just like be like, oh, I wonder what they're up to. It's going to be Thursday night, so you're going to know, but you'll be able to understand like, oh hey, like I wonder what they're just, it's just going to be anything. It's not just going to be like, hey, tonight's episode is about
We're
drones.
not just gonna be like straight up talking about business of like we're gonna talk about crypto tonight.
It could be anything.
Something like that. It's just gonna be whatever we start diving into for whatever reason.
Exactly. And it could be anything and everything, and that's the best part. And I think it's going to get more interesting as we go, as we get guests on. It's going to be topics you want to hear about, not just us sitting here telling you what it's going to be about. But I feel like this is important to kind of put out there too, to let people know this is what's coming. But I think the topics we're going to bring up are pretty interesting, but we also want you to know it's completely unscripted. We're not going to have like, all right, we're going to talk about this point. We're going to talk about this point. What do you want to say about this? It's not going to be any of that. It's going to be get to know the person, talk to the person as a human. Wherever the conversation takes us, it goes. It's going to flow, whatever it is. And I think that's, one of the important things for this is we don't want it to be ingenuine. We want it to be as genuine as it can be. So,
and with that, I don't think that everybody's going to agree with everything we talk about.
No.
Because I feel like we're definitely going to talk about some dumb stuff. But like earlier when Dalton and them were here and we just all of a sudden get into like a political talk out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like there's going to be some people that just don't like it.
Right. And that's fine. I don't want you here if you don't want to listen to me. That's stupid. No, I'm just kidding. No, but no, I get that. And if you do like politics, tune in on Tuesdays for Coincast Unleashed with my buddy David Gall. We're starting a new political podcast that'll air on Tuesdays, and on Fridays there will also be a community-oriented Coincast, which is, we're going to bring members of the community in, city council, the mayor maybe at some point, some of the prosecutors. So that's going to be more community informed. So if that's like something you're interested in, whether it's, and it's going to be bite-sized. So the idea is we're going to get to city council meetings. We're going to get information about town and then condense it into an hour and a half to where you can just listen to it. And you don't have to be like, oh, I wonder what 15 things are going on in Guernsey County this week. That, and then the Coincast Unleashed is going to be a little more on the edgy side. Again, we're not going to make it too insane. We have reputations to uphold, but it's going to be one of the more edgy things that I think we've done in the recent future or the recent past. So if that interests you, we have that. We do taste tests. So we're bringing people on doing donut taste test, wing taste tests, all that stuff. So we've got 3 or 4 shows that we're going to be putting out a week basically, and this is one of them. And this is going to be the let's say this is going to be the cotton candy to the bacon that is the rest of the week. This is just the fun, airy part where we talk about anything, and the rest is just like meat,
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, where is he going with cotton candy? Like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, well, they have candied bacon, and so I thought, you never had candied bacon?
No, it sounds gross.
It's actually, we're getting you some. I don't know where I think I had it in another country or something.
Bacon was good enough by itself. Like
candied's better. It is. If you're going for a sweeter taste. If you're not, then just normal bacon's fine. So
I just like normal bacon.
Well,
kind of like black coffee. I don't want to add stuff to it.
That's okay. But me and Britt talk about black coffee a lot. I think it's funny because like you don't really like black coffee, but you make yourself like black coffee.
Yeah, I actually do. Because I remember when I first started drinking coffee, I had like loads of creamer into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then as time progressed, and I think it was like Mr. Welsh.
Yeah.
I think it was the one that really messed with me about it. And Wentworth messed with me about it a lot. So then I started like just adding a little bit less. And then finally it was black coffee. And then I'm like, I'll drink whatever black coffee you give me.
Well, yeah. So see, like me and Britt, we talked about it because I like black coffee now. Like I drink it. But I think like I didn't agree with, like we made a point, and my point was that men tend to drink black coffee more because they feel more masculine drinking black coffee than they do like creamered coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a masculinity thing.
I mean, I know like my dad still drinks like super creamered coffee.
My dad, he's always been just black coffee. Like
for whatever reason now, like I only want it to be like that bitter taste.
But I think it's like as a country or like as like a whole, like we've just, not everybody obviously, like there's going to be like anecdotes and like it's probably a majority, like a small majority is like men drink black coffee because it's like ooh raw. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. I mean, I feel like I tend to go more toward like bitter stuff anyway, but it might just be because
it's just how you were like subconsciously like grew up like, oh, like, and then people telling you like, hey, drink black coffee. You're like,
be
okay,
a man.
I'll do it, fine. And then you start doing it, and then eventually you do like it. It's not like, ew, I hate it. You know, like you end up, it's an acquired taste. But I think it's funny because I like only used to drink black coffee. It's like, oh, I'm cool. Like you put creamer in your, and like I used to hate coffee in general, and then it slowly like evolved into that. And that's the one thing me and Britt agree on pretty well is, you know, because this is if you want to listen to Coincast, you're gonna get a little bit of this, but I am very like I can see all the sides. You know, like there's not just one side to any story. There's not one side to a coin. There's not one side to, you know, a lot of things. And so I think trying to find that middle ground, not even a middle ground, just like being accepting of other like opinions, whatever. Mm-hmm. As long as they're the right opinions, is a good idea.
Just like what you did to Britt earlier of make sure. I forgot I had that pen in there. It's from me doing my Wentworth impression. Just like how you said, like, yeah, I mean, I see your side, but mine's right.
Right. And when I
man.
say that, it's just like I'm completely kidding. Like, yeah. I'm a very sarcastic person. You'll learn that as the podcast goes on. I'll make really stupid jokes. We messed around with that a little earlier, but you'll probably get to hear the really stupid jokes behind some paywall at some point because we can't have those out in the public. If you want to pay for them, though, you can listen to them. We'll let you do that. But yeah, so stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of new podcasts coming up. I know in the 5-6 months I took off of doing this, I've just had random people approach me and just say, dude, I love your podcast. Like, you doing more of them? And I'm like, you already watched like 19 episodes. I mean, some of them are 3 hours. I'm like, if people are watching all that and want to see more, we should do more of them. So we're going to kick these back off again. We're going to make sure they're at least bi-weekly, but I think we're going to go weekly because, again, we don't need a guest now every episode. So we're going to go bi-weekly or no, sorry, I'm messing up. We're going to go weekly, and we're going to be here. We're going to be here live. We're going to be here sometimes recorded. It just depends. Make sure you guys leave some comments down below, letting us know what topics you want to listen to.
They're always going to be recorded. You meant sometimes live.
Sometimes, yes. Yeah. And so if you want to hear us talk about a certain topic, or you want to ask Trevor questions about personal training, you want to ask me questions about downtown arena, you can ask me those. We're going to bring all kinds of people in. If you have questions for them, we'll have who our guest is going to be probably 3 or 4 days before. If you're following us on Instagram at otr.pod, you can follow us there. Leave some questions, leave some comments in the comment section, and we'll make sure to, if not get back to you online, at least refer to you in the podcast. You got anything you want to close with?
Trying to think. I did have a talking point and I forgot to write it down. You gave me
that's why you get the paper
to write it down, and I still didn't write it down.
Yeah, this is a good first learning experience because I've done that. I was like, I don't need this paper, and I started writing them down, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to talk about this, or I need to talk about that. And people, you don't want to interrupt them, so you let them keep talking while you write it down off camera over to my left, just like Trevor is now. That's why I'm still talking, so he can finish his talking point. But yeah, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be better. We're gonna be grander. The studio is pretty much the same. We've added a lot of stuff in here. We can have 3 camera angles now, but it's gonna get big. I think I'm excited.
All right. Yeah, I wrote it down because I knew this time I would forget if I didn't write it down again. So are we ever gonna actually post any of those videos of when Dalton and them were here earlier?
I don't know. I want to.
7 takes we did.
I really want to, but he might not let us.
Yeah, but there's only a couple parts.
I know. I thought it'd be funny to post a few, like just the stupid ones, like a minute long, But we'll see. We'll get them approved by Daddy D first.
Daddy D.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in episode 21. Fresh, new. We'll see who the guest is going to be. I don't know yet. We'll just start messaging people. If you're listening to this right now and you want to come on, and you're interesting, we don't want boring people, so just stay out of the DMs if you are.
That's the sarcasm he was talking about earlier. It's just
no, we hate boring people. Seriously, don't even think about it.
You can't say that.
Why not? If people think they're boring, then I don't want them to listen to my.
Maybe they just don't have confidence. But
I'm
leave
just
them
kidding.
alone.
No, I don't have any confidence. I'm starting to gain confidence as a person. It's coming from a lot of different experiences I've had in my life. You can see the KGP belt behind me. There's other things back there that have helped boost my confidence as well, but we'll keep those out of public knowledge. But yeah, so we'll see you guys in episode 21. Again, this was just a very flat, straightforward episode. So please be expecting some interesting content coming forward. If you listen to the whole thing, leave us a comment saying you listened to the whole thing so we know you did. If you don't leave us a comment, you're a boring person and we hate you. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.
If you did listen to the whole thing, comment which one of us is a better host.
Oh yeah, I'm
just
in the guest chair today, so
yeah.
So you get one episode with Trevor, but if you want to see who the better host is, please refer to the last 19 episodes.
Hey, I'm just getting my feet wet, bud. Like you ain't even giving me a chance yet.
I know. I'm just
There's
kidding.
a short little video. We didn't even talk about nothing.
I know. This is like the shortest. It's perfect though. It doesn't need to be too long, you know. So yeah, we'll see you guys. Episode 21, bright and early.
Actually, I got one more question.
Yeah.
What do you guys like better? Caleb with the short hair, like now,
Or with the long hair.
or with that long, crusty, dirty-looking blonde hair that he had before?
It was crusty. I'll tell you that. I don't know. Right now, I got a little bit of a good look going on. I can see myself in this video over here.
Did you put something in it today? Like,
Yeah. I put some hairspray in there, some bedhead. It's the good stuff.
why?
Why?
Yeah,
Look how cute I am.
I wouldn't say those words, but sure.
Someone would. I can tell you that.
Who?
Let's see. I mean,
Britt
there's
doesn't count.
I'm not gonna name names, but I could name at least probably 7.
That high?
Yeah.
You think it'd be that high?
Oh yeah. Hey, leave a comment below if you think I'm cute. see you
Caleb,
guys.
this can't be your Bumble account, bud. Like you can't.
Hey,
you can't do that.
I'm doing this podcast as my Tinder, so I deleted the app. So I'm just trying to find me a nice girl now. If you're a nice girl, leave a comment below. I'm just. Oh, all right. See you guys. Cue the outro.
All right, guys. This was Off the Rails podcast, OTR podcast. Thanks for tuning in. That's all I've got.